How's it going, everybody? I'm Barry.
And this is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. What's going on, guys? We are doing
Frankensteins Army
for this month's theme,
which is horror movies.
Yeah, just like off kilter, like off the wall type of horror films.
Right, and what we're trying not to do because previously we did like the Sci-Fi Channel movies with a little bit more like science fiction. Was one we're trying to push a little bit more the horror side.
Yeah. But yeah, we're trying to do movies that maybe you guys haven't heard of, so I guess be prepared to for a couple of foreign films.
Yeah.
Right? Just because I feel like anything that's been in America you might have seen.
Right. And if it's any good, yeah, because horror movies, they become cult classics if they're halfway decent. All the Puppet Master and demonic toys and stuff like that.
Or the what's it called? Dale and Tucker.
Yep.
So
which you should go back to one of our earliest podcasts because we did that one.
But yeah, this time we're watching. We watched Frankenstein's Army.
Yep.
It's I believe it was made from the Czech Republic.
Yes, I think so.
But it's strangely enough, it's all in English.
Right.
And
it's good
English.
Decent English. Yeah, I was gonna say good enough English that you can understand it.
Oh yeah, because I totally thought I was gonna need subtitles, and I was like, why is this in English? It might have been better in, I don't know what Czech.
What language they speak?
Yeah,
Czech probably. It's probably something like that.
Forgive our ignorance. But yeah, so Colby is actually Colby's month of picking movies. This one he just showed me. I was like, oh, it looks awesome. Colby, what were your first thoughts when you first found this film?
So I actually had seen this maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, and it was one of those ones that just kind of flipping through, and I was like, just the character, the monster development in it just seemed so interesting that I had to watch it.
Well, what was it did it have the monsters on the
Yep.
movie card?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't even really watch a trailer. I just had seen a couple pictures of it, and I thought, oh, that's creative. Let's watch that.
Oh yeah, this movie released in 2013, so it's been a while. It's been out for a long time, and it's never been on my radar whatsoever. And I do like watching off the wall type of horrors. There's the one about that those called, oh my god, The Pass, where it's about these mountain climbers that go up to this Russian base experiment. It was on Netflix.
Oh, that was time traveling zombies?
No, it wasn't. No, you're talking about... I think that's Dead in Snow with the Nazi zombies.
Oh, no, okay. I've seen that one too.
Yeah. No, this one I think it was about just radioactive people.
Okay.
Something it's very The Hills Have Eyes, but it's also a European release. Another one was Troll Hunter. That was another
oh yes,
off the wall type of horror film. So this
that
definitely
was a lot of fun.
But yeah, this one was it on Netflix? Is that where you watched it on first?
Somebody had given me
a copy.
I don't know. Let me borrow their Roku stick that had this just oddball movie channels on it that I'd never heard of. And so I had watched a bunch of kind of oddball things on there. That was when I first realized it was oh, there's a original Doctor Strange movie from the late 70s that's very psychedelic and not very magical. Yeah. But it is Doctor Strange. But yeah, so
I remember seeing that. Yeah, there was no magic in that one. But yeah, when I first saw this, I thought it kind of looked when Kobe had sent me the trailer for it. I thought it was maybe like a Canadian release. I was like pretty surprised to find out that it was actually a Canadian or a Czechoslovakian one. But yeah, like also for me, what caught my eye the most was the monster designs.
Yeah.
Because they seem sort of like steampunkish. It's like these, I guess, Frankenstein type of monsters that are mixed with like machines, and they have like scythes or chainsaws.
It
for hands.
So it's like a World War II movie mixed with a live action version of anime.
Or like BioShock, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
It is very. It's a Call of Duty mixed with BioShock.
Yep.
Oh, man. But yeah, I guess we'll get into the film. Well, the thing about this movie is they shot it in a found footage style,
right?
A way which is not really my favorite type of genre, only because I'm very susceptible. I don't know if that's how you say that word.
Susceptible to like motion sickness.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna ask you how to say it after the podcast. But yeah, I get motion sickness pretty bad, and this movie, just like a warning for anyone that's like me, it's like it's a little bit hard to watch, so don't watch it like in a dark room.
Right. I was like, we were comparing it. It's like a Blair Witch or like a Cloverfield kind of hand cam.
Watch it
very
like
bouncy.
Yeah, watch it far away from the TV, because the closer you are, the more jarring it's gonna be.
Right.
The audio doesn't really help also, because it cuts out in and out.
Because it's supposed to make it sound like a war, like an old World War II movie that they found, like I said, found footage.
Yeah.
But since it's that old, it's very like it's static. It's got a constant static to it.
It is very grainy.
Yeah.
So yeah, just a warning for anyone that's like me. Just because after the movie, I had to like lay down for 20 minutes. It's like I smoked too much pot. But yeah, well, so we'll get into the film. We're following this group of Russian soldiers.
Right. Pushing into Germany at the tail end of World War II.
Yeah, and they're like a secret sort of like they're a reconnaissance group.
Yeah,
and so they're just going through villages, cleaning it out. I guess is what was happening, right?
Right.
I didn't really follow too hard on that one, but we're following this documentary, like soldier.
Right. Yep.
At the beginning of the film, he says that I will be documenting the heroics of this Russian squad. And so as they're just going through, like, there's like war things happening.
It's a little slow at the beginning. Yeah, don't be quick to turn it off. Because it is probably about 20 minutes of them kind of going and meeting like people in these towns and kind of and
there is a really strange montage of them killing people and then giving people like chocolate or helping them out.
Right.
So I guess it's just like, once, they take over the village, which seems to be oppressed by German soldiers.
Yes.
They will liberate whoever is being oppressed there. But I feel like that was just for the camera. Right? I don't know.
Yes, because it is very like force the chocolate upon the people who are scared of you.
Oh yeah, because that old lady looked terrified.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we get a good 20 minutes of them just trying to be like, just soldiers, just doing recon on all these other like villages, or they go into the village, liberate them, so on and so forth. But one of the soldiers, who's been trying to get in communication with Mother, which I assume is Mother Russia.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because then, like, later on, he says something about his mother, and I was like, is he trying to contact his mother the whole time? Or, but is it his Mother Russia that he's trying to get back into contact with? But he can't. He says for 2 days, he's been getting his signal jammed.
Right.
Or he's saying that that's the only possible reason why he hasn't been getting any signal is because it might be getting jammed.
Yeah.
But he does catch a I guess
a distress call,
like a distress call that's giving out coordinates for Russians being under fire.
Yeah,
I think. And so they get it. They get the coordinates, and then they start to head over to that town. And so this is where like the movie really starts to pick up, because like you're curious. It's been like 20 minutes of sort of quietness, and then they go into this creepy town. It's it looks pretty deserted. They head into the church. I always feel like, especially in old times, like the church is always the strongest building.
Yeah.
Right.
Plus, I think it's a safer spot. I guess you would think that you go in there and people may be less likely to attack you if you're in a church or.
Well, I also think maybe it's because I think like in old Europe they would build churches like in the middle of the city.
Oh, and the kind of the town.
Yeah, so you kind of get
around the church. That makes sense.
So you kind of have like I guess like the tower where they ring the bell is probably the best like 360 point of view.
That is probably more accurate than my guess of being safe because people don't want to attack in God's land.
Well, also that because they used to have like what's it called, sanctuary or something or yeah. So that's also like that could just be like a lot of old world like superstitions carry over to the new world anyway. But it's also for me, from just like a strategical standpoint, I feel like the church is.
Once you said that, it totally makes sense. That is the answer.
But yeah, what's it called? But then the Sasha, who is the youngest of the troop, he turns on the generator because the documentary guy tells him to. He's like, "We need more light," which I mean makes sense because if you're trying to film in the 1940s.
Right.
Cameras aren't gonna have that great of a
and there's obviously no light attached to it or anything like that.
Yeah, and so like later on, the soldiers they find this room where it looks like a really like a sewn up like humanoid looking creature.
Right, and they're kind of assuming it was somebody who was tortured and left there.
Yeah. But then the moment the generator starts kicking up, the body starts to move a little bit.
Yeah.
Which, if it was me, I'm shooting that thing right away. Right? Because at this point, it gets up. It looks like it knows that people are there, but it's blind. It has no eyes.
Right. So
it can't see anything. And then everyone's sort of staying away from it, like how you would, like how a normal human being would, because this thing looks like a Cenobite. But the old grizzled commander of the group holds its hand, like not like in a caring way, but like in a it's gonna restrain you type of way.
Yeah.
And at that moment, he says, "I'm gonna put you out of your misery," with its other hand, which is. It is not hiding this hand. It is what's it called? Like a almost a saw-like hand.
Right. Yep.
It disembowels the captain, and after it does that, all the soldiers like shoot at it.
Oh yeah, they shoot it very dead.
As dead as it was when they found it. But yeah, so now like at this point, they feel like there's something wrong. They know. They know that the Nazis are experimenting, doing weird human experiments, and they feel like this is the Nazis doing. Yeah. Which, I mean, if that was the case, how terrifying is it that the Nazis are able to reanimate dead bodies?
Right. And at this point, they don't know that, but they just think it's like these like that the Nazis are like attaching knives and saws to its.
To like its appendages, or extremities,
right? Like you're like a soldier and you lose an arm. Let's just add a big old saw arm there, and
if I lost an arm, I'd want a propeller. Just because you do that one move when you're a kid where you're like propelling your arms like into.
Yep.
But yeah, so they assume that it's these Nazis that are doing experiments, and so they need to. I think they wanted to figure out where the other Russian soldiers that they were looking for are.
Right, and now there's like also because the leader has just gotten disemboweled and has died. There is some internal conflict because you've got the two subheads who are now conflicted over what to do. One just wants to get the radio to work and call Russia and find out what they're expecting them to do next, and the other one's like, no, our Russian brothers are here, who cares, let's find them and then let's get out of here.
It's good to note too that the one that wants to make the radio work, he's actually from Poland,
right?
But I believe his mother was Russian. Because then earlier in the movie they make a comment that his Russian sounded weird, and it's because he's Polish.
Yeah,
or at least he's born in Poland. The other one is full Russian, like, you know.
Right, and he makes the comment. He's like, you may have one more stripe than I do, but you're not a real Russian.
Yeah. But then because like the guy with the radio, he seems more level-headed, like cool as a cucumber.
Oh, you're right.
Everybody else sort of like wants him to just lead the group because I mean he does outrank the other one anyway.
Yeah, and the other guy seems like a psycho.
Well, he's definitely like the Shane of that Walking Dead group.
Yes, there we go. You got Shane and your Rick.
But yeah, so he tells his name is gonna be Rick from now on. Rick tells Shane to take two of the other troops. One kind of looks like he's Hawaiian. I don't know.
Right. So I looked up the
I think it's Tank. His name is Tank, right?
Yeah, I looked up the people in the like the
on the cast, yeah.
IMDb, whatever. Doesn't look like that at all. Like he just looks like a big hulking like Russian guy.
Oh, okay.
But totally looks.
But in the film, he just looks. He's like more tan.
Yeah,
or something.
He definitely looks like like Mongolian or something. Like he's got.
He's pretty built, and he like in the film he looks a little bit darker tan than everybody else. But I do know like in Russia they do have like some like spillover from China or like Mongolia,
right? Because
one of the guys I used to know back in high school, I thought he was Chinese the whole time, but then he started speaking Russian. I was like, oh, okay,
right. And then you got the sniper, and the sniper totally looks like Boromir's brother from the Lord of the Rings. I kept thinking that too.
So I guess Russia is a pretty big place anyway. But yeah, so he tells Shane to take a couple people and check out the rest of the village, see if the Russian soldiers that they came there for are hiding,
or if they can find some village people who may have seen the Russian soldiers and know where they took them,
or at least know what's going on in this whole village. They do find one guy who has, I guess, been tending to his farm or whatever. Another trigger warning for a lot of people if you decide to watch this film. I hope you did watch it because it's still entertaining. But there is a ton of animal cruelty type of deals. Like this one of the guy, I think Shane, he takes a rabbit and he was like, "Oh, this looks delicious," and then starts slamming it on the table. Wow.
It is like I would assume that's how you're in
war
1940s 1950s Russia. I mean, you get a rabbit, you just slap its head against a rock and then you got some food.
It just reminded me of the scene of Kevin Bacon in Hollow Man where he killed the invisible dog. Because throughout this film Shane has been at first it looked like he had just been mercy killing other people.
Yes,
because they were in pain. Like they're all like when they first entered the village, there was like a mountain of nuns that had gotten burned or something. But then one of the nuns was still alive, and then he mercy killed her. So you thought like, okay, he's a good person, but no.
The longer it goes, the more you see. He's like, oh, he enjoyed doing
it. He enjoys it. But yeah, so they find this old guy, so tending to his farm, and so they start to interrogate him.
Right.
He's obviously doesn't want to talk because he knows what happens if he talks. But then they torture him. They cut off a finger.
Right. Because the guy carrying the camera, he is pretty diplomatic. And he's like, well, I have no negotiation skills. Let me talk to him. And they start having a dialogue. And then Shane just steps in and is like, nope, it's not going fast enough. Let me cut off his finger.
I mean, it was taking too long.
Right, it was like a minute.
But yeah, so what's it called? The farmer takes him to, I guess, a basement.
Right, like the underground.
Like. Mm-hmm. But then the moment they sort of like lose track of him, he totally disappears. But they decide to venture on further into it.
Right, because he had kind of pointed out and given him directions to where the Russian captives were being held.
Yeah.
I air quoted that you can't see. Sorry.
There's a lot of things that happen during this podcast that a lot of people can't see. But yeah, so the moment that he is able to get away, he does disappear, like, with the quickness.
Yep, just boop.
But this is actually where we first... Now it really shit hits the fan. It sort of becomes a little bit of, like, a video game at this point because of the POV style.
Right.
Camera style.
Yeah, because there's not a scene that's not through the camera that the journalist is carrying.
Oh god, and I really wish there was.
Right, at least some of like the paranormal activity or whatever. You know, you get a lot of that, but then you get the cameras that are like mounted in the bedroom or whatever.
Yeah, so you get a lot of static shots, so like your eyes can sort of readjust.
Yeah.
But throughout this whole film is just all shaky cam.
Right, and then once Bad appears, it is much shakier than, at least at the beginning, you just get like,
it's like documentary
clumsy tripping, kind of shakes. Not too bad, but it does.
Yeah, so one of the first ones that they really encounter, it looks like a dead Nazi soldier, but then he has freaking scythes for his hands, and then they're chasing him throughout the hallway.
Yeah.
And so after like the 40-minute mark, I would say, from here on out till the end of the film, it's a video game.
It is. It's a little like Doom, where like he takes the drugs, and then all of a sudden he's like rushing through the thin corridors and shooting the monsters.
See, but I love that scene because that scene works because it is only a good 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
But this is like an hour and 30-minute movie.
Right.
So after the 40-minute mark till the hour and 30 mark, it is a video game.
But the last 10 minutes, there's a couple times when they put the camera down.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get a good 40 minutes straight of shaky cam.
Yeah. But at this point,
take a Dramamine.
But yeah, at this point, as far as the plot goes, it's really easy to go through in like 5 minutes because it's not really a lot.
Right.
But what happens is later on that night, sort of like during the nighttime, they get back to the church. What's it called? Rick is blaming Shane because Rick told Shane that if you find anybody, bring them back to the church.
Right, so they can interrogate them together as a group, but instead...
Yeah, but instead, Shane does what Shane does, and goes off kilter. And so, who was it? I think it was Tank. The one who kind of looks like a Mongolian or maybe possibly Chinese.
Yeah.
He gets his head crushed by some guy. Like the monster design in this is actually... Pretty sure we're going to talk about the monster design a lot after this. He has like sort of like an Iron Maiden type of casket head, and he crushes Tank's head.
Yep.
Into his
helmet. Yeah.
Into his helmet. But so they bring Tank there, and then so because of all these things that happen, Rick blames Shane. He's like, "I told you to bring them back here. Why did you defy orders?" And then all of a sudden, a group, like 4 people, like I think 2 Germans, or no, 3 Germans, like German Nazis, and a Red Cross, a medic.
Oh yeah, like a nurse. Yep,
a nurse. They get into the church, asking to be let in. Of course, the Russian soldiers are, what's it called?
Like leery. They're very suspicious. But it is. Apparently, people who are on the run trying to...
Well, they've been hiding this whole time.
Yep.
But the nurse tells her, we need to shut off all the lights. They're gonna see us. They're gonna find us. Shane obviously has a super creepy, rapey vibe.
He's like, we should kill all the Nazis and keep the girl.
Yeah. But then the nurse tries to tell, like, oh, I can save your friend. I'm a nurse. Let me help that. So at this point, it's like she's trying to take off the helmet the best she can. But then she takes off the helmet and then his brains is in there.
Yeah, she pulls off the top of his skull and his brain is still in the helmet.
Yeah, but this is sort of where we get a really cool shot. So the blood splatters onto the camera. And so as he's wiping it off, if you pay attention to this scene, a Frankenstein Army zombie drops down from the ceiling onto the second floor.
Yeah. And
then, like, for a moment, you're like, did something move? Because, like, nothing immediately happens. And then shit hits the fan. And so, I mean, at this point of the film, they're going through the village trying to find it out. Like, what's really happening, right?
Right.
They find out, like, they keep going deeper and deeper because it seems like the zombies or, like, the Frankenstein Army soldiers are sort of leading them.
Right. At this point, they're running from them, but yeah, you definitely get the impression that they're being corralled.
Yeah. Because, like, there's a couple of times where, like, the monster, the soldier, the Frankenstein Army soldier, could have killed the filmmaker.
Right.
Because it gets into these, like, points of, like, POV where they're, like, right next to them. And it looks like he should be dead, but he's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get corralled into this other facility. And so they're going through the facility. They get to the underground place. They find, like, one of the zombies, or one of the Franken soldiers. There you go. Franken soldiers.
There we go. Yep.
Just crawling around. They see, like, this one guy is, like, putting things into, like, some sort of chute.
Yeah.
To go on some sort of belt. They blow that guy's head off, which is actually really cool because it was practical effects. You know we're a fan of practical effects.
Yes.
But then, like, one of the Nazi kids had survived because they brought the Nazi soldier with them. And I guess he did know where this facility was, so I guess it is Nazi?
Yeah.
Seems like it. But to see what's going on in the chute, they put the Nazi kid down there because he's the lightest.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we can hold your feet and we can dip you down and you can look
and tell us what's happening. But he can never tell you what's happening because Motorhead. It is legit a monster with a motorhead.
Yep.
For a head.
Yes. It is amazing.
This is probably the most comical looking one. Besides Trash Can with Legs. But I feel like Trash Can with Legs is more practical because it's a moving trash can. This one, it just looked top heavy. Like, he shouldn't be able to stand up with the motorhead.
Right, you would have to have a big guy.
Yeah.
To start that Frankenstein.
But it's really cool because then, like, they chop off one of the... Sort of like what you would do to Bane. They took off one of the little tubes that was feeding into the head, and then he burst into flames. And so at this point, the three soldiers left alive: Shane, Rick, and Sasha, the youngest one. That's the only one I know his name. I know one of them's named Alexei.
Right.
I don't know which one it is. But yeah, Rick decides to pop documentary guy in the head to go down the chute because a couple scenes prior to this he reveals that he is actually a captain,
right,
approved by the Russian government,
and that he has been blocking the jamming the signal so they can't
and putting the fake signal out there,
right,
because there is a secret mission.
His secret mission is to come and collect the doctor that lives in this facility.
And he keeps saying dead or alive, but he's really specifying that he has to be alive.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, because of the things that he's been able to do, the Russian government probably wants to use him to do the same thing.
Yep.
But yeah, and so the soldiers don't want to do that. So they pop him, throw him down the chute, and this is sort of where he goes through the entire underground facility until he is corralled by all the monsters.
Yep.
By Dr. Frankenstein. He's ultimately knocked out by Tank, who becomes a Frankenstein soldier.
Right, and when he actually sees Tank, and he kind of is like, oh, there's a friendly face, and so he's much less scared of him, and then
he hesitates, yeah, because...
And then Tank hammers him.
Totally missed it. You could just be like, Tank was like hammer time. Because one of his hands is a hammer.
Yep.
But at this point, we're sort of getting to the end of the film. Now we get a little bit more static shots where, like, Dr. Frankenstein is force feeding the documentary guy because he's like, I need you strong because I need you to document everything that I'm doing. They go through his little production line of how he makes these Franken soldiers.
Yep.
We finally see crowd favorite trash can with legs. But before that, we actually see Shane. He's on a bed. His arms have been cut off.
Yes.
And then we see...
but still alive.
We see Rick also just strapped to a bed.
Right.
And then he asked the documentary, who is the better communist? Which I was like, that's a weird question right now. He points at Shane, and then he kills Shane with some injection. And then he had a German soldier he kept alive because he was a good Nazi.
Yes.
And so at this point, documentary guy, he's filming everything, and then what you really find out is that Dr. Frankenstein has been trying to create, I guess, the perfect human that will be able to understand both sides.
Yes.
So he cuts off the brain from perfect Nazi and then cuts out half the brain from Rick.
Yes.
And then
puts them together in one head.
And so at this point, I actually could not continue watching it just because I was so... I was feeling so dizzy. So, Kobe, do you know what happens after this?
So, he starts to explain a little bit of what he's doing to the cameraman. And so, he is the son of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And he now has generators that can create a massive amount of energy, so he doesn't have to, like his father would have to wait for a lightning strike to be able to do this. He can just soup up a generator, shock something, bring it to life. If it doesn't work, boom, throw it in the trash, grab the next one, shock it, bring it to life. So he's in a much, much quicker production than his father was. But so he tries to bring Rick to life with the Nazi and communist brain, and basically the two brains battle, and he just goes into epileptic seizures and just kind of falls apart. He's like, well, I guess that experiment failed. Next,
I thought so. When I was hearing that, I thought he was like, "Oh my god, now he's just a socialist." Yeah. So then, what else happened after that?
So then that's when cameraman starts saying, "Okay, if you hear off in the distance, you can hear mortar shells. That's because the Russians are pushing into this area. If you are willing to surrender to me, I can get you anything you want. You can become and work for the Russian army, and we'll make you a country treasure. Instead of, if you say no, basically the Russians are going to come in here and just destroy everything, including you. Because it's very obvious that his mission is to get the secrets, and so.
See, I feel like you would just need that generator, right? Well, I guess you would need to know how to do it too.
Right, because I'm trying to think, like you said, there's like a lot of stuff that happens like really fast, and then I'm trying to think of like the order of it.
Well, okay, so I know like at that moment when the brick and mortar and stuff is happening, he's now just for some after the failed Rick experiment, he's strapped to a chair to a table, also a medical table.
Right, because he gets knocked out by one of the monsters.
Yeah.
And then he kind of wakes up on the table, and then Frankenstein's got the camera kind of like sets it, and he's like, "Hey, you're going to be my last experiment in this lab, because obviously the Russians are getting close enough. I have to, make a break for it." But as he's getting, so he collects all his books,
yeah,
and the cameraman is like, what secrets are in the books? And he's like, "Oh, these are just like my notes. All my secrets are in my head." And then as he pulls out the knife to like start cutting, Sasha's still alive. He's the young one, and he shoots Frankenstein. And then the cameraman goes crazy. He's like, "No, we're never gonna know the secrets because you just killed him." Yeah. And he just said that none of the real secrets are in the books. And then Sasha's like, "Well, I'll take his head home," and goes over and cuts off his head and puts it in a bag. And the cameraman's like, "Okay, yeah, Sasha, untie me, let's go." And he's like, "Nope, you're a traitor. I'm out of here," and just kind of takes off. And as he takes off, you see Rick,
right?
Slowly meandering across the room, and then he gets to cameraman, and he goes for a big old bite, and then the like kind of credits roll.
Oh, one thing I do want to know too is when Rick was getting his hair cut, it actually looked like one of the sexy alien ladies from Star Wars.
Oh, it did kind of, yeah, and that was the only female in the.
Well, that was the medic.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, because I was looking at her face. Oh, it's the medic.
Yes.
Yeah, and it, but yeah. So after that, the credits do just roll, and so you figure like Sasha got out of there because he probably got with the Russian soldiers.
Yep.
And yeah, and then the movie kind of just cuts into there. Kobe, what did you think about the movie after watching it again?
I really like it. Like I said, like you were saying, it is very shaky. So it's not the easiest watch because of that, but it is. But it is super creative. I mean, the story is not really in depth. I mean, it's a pretty. You're watching more for the fantastic monsters. Like we skimmed over a lot of them, but they
well, we can talk about it now.
Fantastically imaginative.
Yeah, I mean, so for the most part, what I could watch of this film, it kind of made me think Overlord that just came out I think a year ago. The J.J. Abrams war movie sort of was like this because it was that one was more Nazi zombies, legit Nazi zombies. But this one sort of had the same feeling of that, which is really cool. Just because no one ever really knows what happened, what kind of experiments was happening during that time.
Right.
So this was a really fun watch. Fun for the concept. Actual viewing was not so much fun for me. For me, if this movie was just all static shots, not static shock, static shots, it would have been it would have been an easy film to watch and enjoy. Kobe, what was your favorite monster in this besides Trash Can with Legs? Because that is everybody's favorite monster.
That Trash Can with Legs, that totally to me was like a you'd see it in Star Wars, but just with human legs, walking through the Jawas are throwing their trash in it or something.
It actually just looked like a toy from Sid's bedroom from Toy Story.
Yes. Yes. But there was a really cool one where it's arms were like long poles and its legs were
stilts?
like big knives.
Yeah.
And his he had a gas mask on, but instead of a tube for the gas mask, it was like this like 12-inch long drill bit.
It looked like a praying mantis almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Besides Hammerhead or Motorhead, there's also the Hammerhead looking one, which was really a weird.
Right.
I didn't know what kind of mechanical part has that, except for like the tops of submarines, but it looked like that.
Right.
Yeah, that was really cool. Iron Maiden was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just because like I think that thing it acted like chompers.
Right. But it was like side to side instead of up and down. Yeah. And it was like in front of his face. So he's kind of like, he has to like headbutt you to chomp you.
But he's like blind for like moments at a time.
Right.
But he was like fully armored. There was one in the workshop that was just totally just a Star Wars droid.
Yep.
Like, there was no like mixing of human and like dead human and machine. It was just legit a R2-D2.
Yep.
Yeah, there's just so many fun like little monster creations in this. Yeah, but especially stilts. That's what I called that one. That was really cool. Scythes.
Right. Yeah, they had that one. They had one where his arms were like big saws, but they were curved, so they looked like almost like big beetle pinchers.
Oh yeah, it's this is definitely one of those films like that. Just like it's like a visual artist's like favorite part.
Yeah,
just because I think a lot of the budget of this film just went into costume design.
Oh, I'm sure 75% of it went into.
Yeah. I was really sad that there wasn't a one that just had propellers for arms. So it would just walk in a straight line like a deadly toy machine.
Right. And there was a bunch of them that they kind of just panned over real quick. Like you had the one whose arm was like a buzzsaw. Yeah. And he was just like coming down the stairs, but then you never really saw him again. So it was a bunch that kind of were just in the background.
Oh yeah, and
there was the one whose head was like a big metal ball that was covered in spikes.
Oh, but that was the one that was like crawling around, right?
Yeah,
and then which was really cool because like later on you see him getting fixed.
Yep. Yeah.
There's one that kind of looks like the what's it called, Iron Man's first Iron Man suit.
I thought that too.
What is that suit called? Is it Mark like Iron Giant? No, it's not Iron Giant. That's Vin Diesel.
Was it just like the Mark 1 or?
Yeah, Mark 1 with the flamethrower and stuff. Tank was really cool because he had the sledgehammer.
Yep.
And then he had a hook for a hand. Oh man. And you know what? I'm looking on the website right now, and the concept art is actually just really cool because we had sexy alien medic chick with trash can with legs. There's one that's just a guy with just a cannon. He has the cannons for legs. Oh man, yeah. I think this was just like a really fun, just a fun time for the visual arts department. Kobe. I already asked you what your thoughts were. Kobe, what would you rate this film? So our rating system is old DVD or used DVD, new DVD, used Blu-ray, new Blu-ray, and an ultimate box collection. I feel like we're gonna have to change that soon to like streaming for certain movies that we do. Yeah.
So would streaming be bad? Yeah, like I'm just gonna.
I think that's like, cause it's like I don't want anyone to know I have a physical copy of this somewhere. Which I mean, like I know a lot of us do just stream movies nowadays,
right?
With like Amazon Prime or Netflix, but like I think the moment you buy the physical copy of a movie, you're like, I really like this movie.
Yeah. I would probably. I would probably used Blu-ray this. I would love to see if there was some...
Oh, there's definitely going to be...
Some behind the scenes on the making of and the creation. Because that's really that's really mostly why you're watching this is just the fantastic creatures. So, yeah, if they gave me a 30-minute documentary where it's just creatures on a still camera, that would be awesome.
Oh, it would probably be like the same reason why I bought the 13 Ghosts DVD. Because that one gave you the special, or like the what's it called? The bonus features where it talked about every ghost.
Oh, okay.
And every ghost had like a little mini movie backstory.
That is super cool.
Yeah. This one, for me, it just had to be a stream it.
Because it was tough.
It was tough for me to watch it. If it was like I said, if it was just filmed like just a regular movie, I probably would have bought this like maybe like a new not new Blu-ray, new DVD or used Blu-ray, depending on what TV I'm watching it on. Only just for like the special effects. Storyline also,
right?
Or like, not. I guess there's not really gonna be a storyline. It would just be like how they made each creature. Maybe being able to get an up close, like look at each one, just because it was like pretty creative,
right?
On the different types of like Franken soldiers they had. Oh man, yeah. Is there anything else, Kobe, you want to say about the film?
So I guess it was like 10 years in the making, that the writer is the director. And so he had like about 8 years where he was trying to get this done much more comically.
Oh.
And then, they brought in somebody to actually write it into a screenplay, and because that way they could get some investors.
Yeah.
And he seriesed it up, and he's the one who changed the name. It was called something like The Worst Day Possible or something like that.
It definitely is.
and then he's the when they wrote the screenplay, that's when they changed it to the Frankensteins Army.
Oh yeah. So here, Kobe, I actually have names for you there's actual names for the zombies.
Yes.
So Motorhead is actually called Propellerhead. I'm not
right?
that far from that one. Stilts is actually called Mosquito Man.
Oh, I could see that because he's got the drill bit, so he's got his mosquito.
What is that? Oh, so Sexy Zombie is just Ava Zombot.
Okay.
So I guess that's what they're all called, Zombots. Let's see. There's Razor Teeth.
Because I guess they're partly metal, so they're robot, and they're zombies because they're people who died, and then he brought them back to life.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah.
Oh no, Trash Can with Legs has a name. It's Ava's Ass Pod. That's even better. An ass pod. Oh man, that is great. Oh, let's see, and then there's one for the Hammerhead. It's called Hammerhead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty spot on with that one. Oh yeah, see some of these if you guys ever get a chance to look at like the variations of these Zombots, they're actually just really cool. Yeah, but it's definitely just one of those films for me that was just like it's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just seeing it. I would have loved to have seen like the comical version of this. I feel like just because of how outlandish.
So apparently they've made some like 3-minute teaser trailers of that before they scripted it, like re-scripted it and renamed it.
Mm-hmm.
That I didn't get a chance to look to see if I could find them, but somewhere out there is the more comical.
Oh,
like teaser trailers, like they did for Deadpool,
yeah,
where they made the little Deadpool teaser trailer before there was actually a Deadpool movie to kind of get some investors behind it.
Oh yeah, just some buzz around it.
Yeah,
yeah. See, I think this film probably would have been a lot more fun, and probably wouldn't have been found footage style. Or do you think
it probably would not have been?
Yeah. Yeah. So, actually, we're at the end of the show. It's a little bit shorter. This movie was a little bit harder to really. If I had gone really into depth with it, there wasn't much depth to begin with.
Right. It was a relatively simple story. Yeah. It had some interesting twists and stuff, but it was a relatively simple story, and you're pretty much we just.
Yeah. Oh, I did have one jump scare in this film. Was when he was before he met Dr. Frankenstein. He was going through the facility, and then he saw Hammerhead and Razor Teeth. Okay. And then he looked at he was looking, and then when he looked back, Razor Teeth was gone. Yep. So that one was also one where he should have been dead right there. But I'm guessing for some reason Dr. Frankenstein was able to control these. Right. I forgot how. I don't think he mentions how.
But he said that he could control them and only he could, and that when he escaped, that the Russian army would be in trouble because his robots would go crazy. Yeah. Or his Frankensteins.
Zombots.
His zombots would go crazy.
But yeah, so we're ending this a little bit early. Because like I said, after the whole setup of the actual last 50 minutes of the film, it's sort of just like a video game type of adventure. It's like watching a video game being played by somebody on YouTube. Right. With the cutscenes in there. But yeah, I hope you guys just give it a chance. Like I said, for me, if you have pretty bad motion sickness, don't watch it in short spurts. Yeah. If you're just one of those boss people that can just watch these type of films without getting motion sickness, it's a pretty easy watch. Yeah. And it's just goofy fun.
Right. Another one of those kind of movies where you can throw it on the background and the movie starts off slow enough, you throw it on the background, you could be talking to your friends, and then all of a sudden weird things are happening on TV, and as your conversation dies down, you're like, what in the what? Does that guy got a saw for an arm? Huh?
Yep. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Barry?
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. Theme music is by Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. You can find it on FMA.com under the music album Music for Podcast 3.
Thank you.